Aloha, I am Dr. Keone Dudley, and I want to welcome you to segment 6 of the new hurricane threat for Hawaii. This segment tells you more things that will help you to prepare for hurricanes. I want to go on talking about positive things that you can do. I also want you to be aware of safe rooms. You can build your own safe room outside. There are pictures and instructions on the internet. Or you can buy a safe room on the internet. The thing to remember is that while people shelter from tornadoes for only an hour or two, people shelter from hurricanes from 10 to 12 hours, or if it stalls, possibly multiple days. And you need to be in that shelter the whole time. The shelter needs room for food and water, a toilet, and room for occupants to sleep. These 2 hurricane safe rooms are made by Texas Storm Shelters. They will withstand things hitting them at 250 miles an hour. Both of them are 6 feet by 8 feet. You can have it shipped to Hawaii and fully installed for about $19,000. One last thing that will help you. Is there any way to purchase 14 days of food for yourself and your family? Yes, on the internet. You'll find all kinds of food there that will last up to 25 years. Among them are MREs, developed by the military. MRE means meal ready to eat. But there are all kinds of food that you can find on the internet. These are some of them. You may store them in your pantry or in your garage. Okay, talking about meals ready to eat, this brings us back to Chad Buck. After Chad Buck finished his segment, he realized that while people might have 14 days of food in their closet, it was going to be perhaps a month before food would be brought in. So he got a shipping container and filled it with meals ready to eat and stored it in Waianae. Now, clearly, we're going to need these kinds of containers all over the islands. And so I want to take this opportunity to invite the very rich among us to do the same thing that Chad Buck did. Fill a container with meals ready to eat and put it in a place where our people can get to it when we need it after a hurricane. You can even put your name on it. If you are interested in doing this, contact Hiro Toya at the City Department of Emergency Management. Okay, we are drawing to the end now. So let's ask, what do we need from our government? First, we need about 80 hurricane shelters that will withstand a Category 5 hurricane. Second, we need a law requiring that every new house and every new condominium building will be built to withstand a Category 5 hurricane. The whole house, not just a safe room. Third, we need a law that every new school and every new public building will be built to withstand a Category 5 hurricane. And fourth, we need to fortify the 187,000 houses that are predicted to be damaged or destroyed. Why do we need to build everything to withstand Category 5 hurricanes? Because they are coming. Lots of them. With warming seas, hurricanes are getting stronger and stronger. In the last 30 years, the number of Category 4 and 5 hurricanes almost doubled from the previous 30. In the late 1900s, the world only had 10 Category 4 and 5 a year. Now we have 18 a year, and that number will grow as the seas get warmer and warmer. And the largest increase in Category 4 and 5 hurricanes is projected to be in the North Pacific area. That's us, and Guam, and the Marianas and the Marshall Islands, and the Philippines, China, and Japan. The Northern Pacific will get the greatest number of these powerful hurricanes. And so far, I have not yet mentioned the super Category 5 hurricanes. These are the ones with winds 191 miles an hour. They cause massive destruction. These super Cat 5s are also increasing very fast. Right now, the world is getting one every 8 years. But by the end of this century, we will be getting at least one every year somewhere in the world, possibly here. If we want to save ourselves and future generations, we need to start now to build everything to withstand Category 5 hurricanes. We will need billions of dollars to get these jobs done. Where will we get all that money? We certainly need to pressure Congress, our legislature, and our county councils. And maybe it's time to mention the elephant in the room. The U.S. military could and should be the biggest source of help to us. In 1893, the U.S. military landed troops and overthrew our Hawaiian kingdom. In the 130 years since, they have occupied about 20% of our land and have never paid a cent in rent. The military has more than 250,000 troops and dependents in the islands. If they would provide Category 5 hurricane shelters for all of their 250,000 plus people, that would greatly lessen the number of shelters that the state needs to provide for civilians. If they would fortify the homes that their people live in, that would tremendously cut the number of homes that we must strengthen. Before we end, I just want to ask, you've heard all of this before, right? No? Do you know why this is the first time you are hearing of it? Because your government is hiding it from you. Almost everyone in government has been aware of it for a couple of years now. That's really true. Why are they hiding it? They think it's too big a problem to do anything about. But instead of tackling it head on and finding ways to save the lives of our people, they are keeping it secret. And they are doing nothing to protect you. Thousands of us will die because of that. In the 2024 legislative session that just ended, there were 2 hurricane bills before the Ways and Means Committee. One would have required all new public buildings and schools to be built to withstand Category 5 hurricanes. The other would have given you a tax break of $1,500 to strengthen your home enough to withstand hurricane winds. In spite of many people asking him to hear the bills, Senator Donovan de la Cruz refused to hear either one. And they died, like bills the year before and the year before. The official stance of your government is, let's wait and pray and hope. Let the first hurricane kill thousands of people. The federal government will give us the money to bury them and clean up, just like they did in Lahaina. Then we'll see what we learn and see where we go from there. Isn't that nice? They're just going to let you die. Does that make you angry? Well, it's true. And unless you get mad and let them know you are mad, that's what's going to happen. So get on the phone, send emails, let the governor, your Congress members, your legislators, your mayor, your county council members, and the military know that you want action and you want it now. We want the same tremendous concern and action that the people of Maui got after the fire. But we want it before the first hurricane, not afterward when 10 or 20,000 of us are dead. We have an election coming up in a few months. If someone sends you campaign material and it doesn't list hurricane preparation among their top priorities, toss it and vote for somebody who will move on this. One last thought to help. The governor needs to get behind this in order to make it move. Fortunately, Governor Green recently appointed Luke Myers to be his state disaster management advisor. Luke had been the head of Hawaiʻi, the Hawaii Emergency Management Agency. He wants to get us prepared for hurricanes. Tell the governor to empower Luke Myers and get him the help that he needs to do it. Everything that needs to be done can be done. All of our people can be saved, but you have to get active and you need to start making demands. In closing, I want to thank the Makakilo Kapolei Honokai Hale Neighborhood Board for bringing together the experts that we have heard today. I want to thank Olelo Community Media for helping us to reshoot the entire program. I want to thank Kareen Makahilahila for her marvelous job in editing this with me. I want to thank the nonprofit 2050 Hawaii Incorporated for sponsoring the program. And I want to thank Tesla Solar for funding its creation. Finally, I dedicate this program to my wife, Doris Sadako Dudley. You may want to see this program again. It can be found on the Olelo website and on YouTube. Thank you very much for watching. Aloha.